Tsuyu. Where'd she go? Mother. It's Deku in the waiting room. He looks around as his eyes dart from corridor to corridor. When he had found his mother, his eyes were elated, but now they were dim, motionless. From what he could hear of her answer, I could not replicate with my own mouth what she was saying, for it was so quiet, so eerily, that only her own son could tell what she was saying. From what he got, he nodded. He looked out the window as the rain poured, and the mist started to rise. He cracked it open, flushed it all the way to the top. The man that had been following him for now had rushed up to the door as he looks over from Deku's mother and sees the cracked open window as he chases Deku out of it, out into the fog. He walks down to the musky creek. As all the ocean air was all gone now, even though they were so close to it. Washington had such a muggy air to it, nothing like the place where they were in Japan. No, it reminded him of another world. The ancient fairies, something from the mist. These lights of pixie dust floating around him, guiding him through it. It was almost flakes from a fire, as if calling to him, a homely call. He followed it blindly into the creek, allowing his legs, injured, fractured from the fall, and his arm bleeding out, slowly turning the smog red. He finally reached his destination when he was knee-deep. Lily pads floated around him. He saw a frog sitting on a lily pad, staring out into the grim abyss. But only was it taken by surprise when Deku made a sound. It then looked at him, but continued looking back as if something was fond of it. It was fond of the void, unknown to him. He walked slightly further, letting his feet sink into the slight soil that gave him weight. His shorts were so soaked. He gave nothing, though. Finally, eyes revealed from the smoke. Sui was almost lifeless in the body that she was in. She looked like she matured almost 2 years just by being in this place. Sui, I saw the injuries. Are you? She wasn't looking at him. Her eyes had angled backwards. Her hair had flowed with it. She was no child anymore. She looked more womanly, like the woman she would have to become. I heard that I'm thankful for you bringing my mother, but I'm worried about you, Sui. Let me see your wound. I can help. Sui would not acknowledge him. He started to smell something in the distance. A fire. Of smoke. Sui got up slightly. No water washed from her chest. She was nude. She started walking towards the smell. The thick smog overtook her again. He had no choice but to follow her through the smoke and the mist. As he happens upon land again, Sui was dressed and right next to a fire. Over the spit were frogs being cooked. As Sui looked angry as all hell, it took him back into reality. It was the man that had saved him. He had started the fire and started cooking something for her. They were both arguing about the, cooking frogs. He says, "I needed them for sustenance, don't you know? Come on, Zoe. I did this for you because you needed to eat, didn't you? You can't tell me you don't need to eat now." "No, but it's not okay for you to just..." "You are so irritating. It's like cannibalism. Frog cannibalism." "You're not a frog, Zoe." "It still doesn't make it okay. I'm part frog." "So what, and the kid?" "Well, I mean, my kid. Whatever he may be. It's part me. If I ate him, it would still be considered cannibalism no matter what. So technically, this is not cannibalism. This is just eating another member of this earth. As long as I remember that, and you remember that, we're fine here." Why can't they hear me? I've called out to Sui multiple times. Flame guy! Sui! As he walks right in front of the fire, trying to light himself right in front of their faces. The fire guy's left side of him was covered in scars. His hat right next to the flames. He tried to step on the hat, trying to anger him or something. "Guys, it's me. I'm Deku. Why won't you look at me?" As they continue their talking and bantering. Why? What happened? Am I dead? He looks down to his hands, covered in blood. I think that's fine for now. Thank you so much for watching. This will actually be splitting off into a two-parter. One where I go down a more dark road with this. And it may not seem as you may think. And one where I go down the original road. Alright, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in either one of those. Have a good day and goodbye.